Today we're going to check out Captain America: Brave New World on 4K UHD. I'm not here to talk about how bad this movie is. I'm just going to share some of my thoughts on the audio and video quality. Now let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot in 4.5K. It's got a 4K DI. It's rated PG-13. Runtime is 118 minutes. Aspect ratio is 239:1. And the audio is in Dolby Atmos. Now before we take a look at this audio and see how active this mix is, if you don't know what the Atmos viewer is, you can find a link down below in this video's description that tells you all about it, what it does, and where to get it. You can also find a list of all the gear that I use for these 4K reviews down there as well. Hopping into the Atmos viewer, this is mostly a static mix for a lot of the movie, but it does have a good surround effect for the most part. Pretty much every action scene uses either 2 to 4 top channels, with the occasional 6 top channels popping on for maybe a second or two. Sam's first action scene at 4 minutes has really good lower surround usage, with the bullets zipping around in different directions. The top back channels gets the most usage here, with the top middle seeing a little bit of the action as well. The White House attack at 26 minutes is the same, with solid lower channel surround, with more guns in the bed layers, with extension in the top back, with some bleed overs in the middle row when the choppers fly onto the scene. What's funny is that one of the most active parts in this movie comes in at 50 minutes when Sam and Falcon Jr. is walking down the hallway. It's got a ton of atmospherics that's dynamic and uses almost all of my speakers. The same thing happens right before a mini Black Widow gets busy. There's a ton of surround activity when everyone is staring at each other, but when the action starts up, the top channels all but disappear for some reason. I think the best sounding part of this movie, but also the biggest missed opportunity for demo material, comes in at 1 hour 12 minutes when Sam and Falcon 2 duke it out in the skies with the bad guys. There's a ton of planes and missiles flying back and forth in the lower surrounds, with OK extension up top. And once again, for some reason, the top back channels gets the most usage here, which basically leaves the whole top half of the room quiet. So while it's a really cool action scene to watch, the audio should have matched better what was happening on screen. As for bass response, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The part when Sam lands on the ground at the beginning and sends that shockwave which knocks everyone over actually did have my room vibrating, and a lot of the explosions had a hefty bottom end. The final battle at the end with Red Hulk also had some pretty good rumble as well. It's not King of the Monsters good, but I did think it was a lot better than some of the Marvel movies that came before it. And thank you to Kaleidescape for providing me with this copy of Captain America: Brave New World so I can bring you, the home theater movie loving community, this 4K review. Now, if you want to get your movies weeks and sometimes months before they come out on 4K Blu-ray in the same, if not better quality, consider getting a Kaleidescape for your movie watching needs. Links are down below in this video's description. As for the video quality, they were clearly going for a very specific look. You might think this being shot digitally, this would be a 4K crispy transfer, but it's the total opposite. The movie does use film emulation to give it a photochemical film-like appearance. It's got a layer of grain, and they also added halation, which adds a bit of softness to the image, while also giving it a somewhat dreamy look. You'll see it around bright areas such as lights where the whites will bloom, rather than having a hard contrasty edge. So if you're the kind of person that wants to see the thread pattern on Falcon's trousers, you won't be able to do that here. As for the HDR, it's got a healthy level of saturation that's very natural while also being bright and vivid in certain scenes. The final battle is covered in pastel colors with pinks and greens and blues that kind of gives the scene a cartoony feel. The explosions jump off the screen with bright glowing specular highlights, while the black levels reveal plenty of shadow detail, but at the same time do look slightly elevated, which again goes back to their vintage 70s look. So I do doubt that anyone is going to grab this movie to show off how good 4K can look and how detailed it can look. But for me personally, I did like the visual aesthetic they were going for, and it does look very different than any previous Marvel movie thus far. So I'm going to go with an 8.6 for video. For audio, it's got a good soundstage that has a wide lower channel presence. They really could have knocked it out of the park by giving the top channels more to do, but they kept most of the action towards the back of the room, which I think is a first for a Marvel movie. I'd say it's strange, but it's just Disney being Disney. Although the bass response was satisfyingly good and the dialogue was always easy to hear. I'm going to go with an 8.2 for audio. Now, this review was based on the Kaleidescape download, which comes in at 74.6 gigs in Dolby Vision and 71.3 gigs in HDR10, which is the version I watched. If you're waiting to grab this on 4K Blu-ray, that comes out on May 13th, or you can grab it now in the Kaleidescape in the same, if not better quality. So what are your thoughts on this 4K transfer of Captain America: Brave New World? Have you seen it? And who is your Captain America, Steve or Sam? Leave your comment down below and let me know. Now, if you do want to grab this movie, I will leave some links for it down below in this video's description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can follow us on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content or great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by our Patreon page. Be sure to like this video if you found it useful and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you again in the next video.